I'm Kermit Stafford from, my address is 74, 34 Bethel South Fork Road, Graham, North Carolina. And I was in the World War II. I was drafted the day I was 19 years old, and that was in 1944. And I stayed in the Army for just like a few days, I believe, been 2 years. And I was in the European theater. I fought the Germans, and we won the war. It had a whole lot of real tough experiences, and I think if I could explain some of them, I doubt if anybody believes them because it's just unbelievable. War is really bad, and the only way that anybody that will understand combat duty has got to be there and do it. That's my opinion.
Tell me a little bit about some of those experiences. Just share some of your feelings, something about your friends, anything that was a high point in your Army career. And particularly your time in reference to being in Europe and any unique events that took place, just things that come to your mind that have left a lasting impression.
Well, I remember distinctly about my first day in combat that we were transferred from into German through the Siegfried line on a Jeep, open Jeep. There was about 2 foot of snow. And we had overcoats at the time, and quick as we entered our company place down there where the company division was, the first sergeant said, "All right, man, you got to get rid of them overcoats." Said they were shot at night. The Germans wore overcoats and the Americans didn't. So I don't know what happened to our overcoats, but anyhow we got rid of them. And I stayed in a hole in the snow there. I was a machine gunner, and I was on a machine gun and stayed in a hole in the snow for about 2 weeks during the Battle of the Bulls, till they got the Bulls back, up in line, and then we moved out from there, and from then on it was moving on. And I'll tell you, it was some rough times.
Cold weather.
Cold weather, and you didn't know whether you're scared to death or froze to death. But either way, it's bad.
Do you have many contacts with the German forces in terms of prisoners or anything like that?
Not a whole lot. I did have some, but I was a machine gunner, and we was in support of the riflemen. And we was in support of 3 companies, the A, B, and C. And so, therefore, we were, a lot of times, one outfit would be relieved, maybe another company, go through them, and maybe we'd stay in our regular positions in support. And so we was in the actual combat quite a number of days out of them 3 months that I was in combat.
What about German equipment and that kind of thing?
Well, Germans had some real good tanks. I can remember one particular incident. We was in a little old German town, and we were fighting, and the Germans had a tank at the other end of town. They'd pull it out into the street and shoot down the street at us, and then back it back. And I think we had a man that went in and had an anti-tank gun, and when it finally went in there and knocked it out.
was no fun. It was no fun.
It was no fun. And you just wondered how in the world could anybody live through it, but I did. I went for almost 100 days and didn't get a scratch.
But you saw a lot of the devastation of war.
I did, quite a bit.
What did you learn from your Army experiences to take you through life? What have you carried with you from those times when you experienced about 2 years of Army time?
Well, I don't know. I guess the main thing, now we took our basic training in Camp Blandon, Florida, but we didn't learn what combat was. We learned that when you got there. And it's something that you cannot explain it. And I guess if you actually could, there wouldn't nobody believe it. That's my theory.